Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Thank you for tuning in today, watching the video. Let's talk about a topic that has been highly requested. People have DM me and messages, and I see it floating around on the Discord. People are always asking, what does it take to really get into day trading futures? Bottom line, and you want to do it from home, work from home. The luxury about trading altogether is that we can do it from no matter where we're at. Whether you have a laptop and you're on travel, vacation, the comfort and the luxury of your own home. This gives us the opportunity to become our own boss in our own profession, all right, as professional or experienced level traders, and to make money just in a short period of time. We don't have to sit at a desk 9 to 5 or work a third shift. I'm not trying to basically knock anyone that works, full-time for an employer somewhere. That's great. There's nothing wrong with that. Maybe you have passion in other avenues, other fields, and you want to maybe do this, from a full-time or part-time standpoint. But we're talking about doing this from a full-time standpoint. What does it really take? Well, it's pretty simple. And if you're someone part-time who's interested in trading part-time, then this applies to you just as well. But lots of people have, traded Forex, traded options, maybe did long-term investments, trading stocks, or maybe traded stocks on the daily. I don't know, but here I trade futures, and I have a certain strategy in how I do it, trading supply and demand. And I just want to give you the tips, maybe some tools that you would want to think about, like what platform should I use? What brokers should I use? What charts should I start trading with? Is there a specific strategy that works well in trading the future markets? We're going to talk about a few of those things today, but please take and understand that I'm not pointing any particular person in any particular direction, nor am I sponsored by any of these sites that I'm going to show you pertaining to the future markets or trading platforms. I'm not sponsored by any of them. Never have been. Okay, you can scroll down in my description. I do not take any position, any portion of a commission or payout as an affiliate from any of these programs or companies, I should say. All right. But first and foremost, you have to understand if you want to become a futures trader. Are you still interested? Do you love options trading? Do you love Forex trading? I know there are probably things that are shaking up a little bit in the Forex world. I've been hearing about it. And some people have talked about switching over to futures. Futures is all they are is just derivative of the major markets. Say for instance, like the index or indices, like you have the major, like the NASDAQ, the Dow, the ES, the Russell, and what we're doing is just a derivative of the major makeup of those indices or indexes. That's all it is. It's just a derivative. Okay, so if you come over and you want to trade, say the E-minis or even the micros, that's what you're doing. You're trading a derivative. But there's so many opportunities, and with options, I don't know a lot about options, but I know there's time decay, theta and gamma, and all those different things that you have to pay close attention to, okay, because they all factor into your trading, whether you're going to end up being profitable or not. In futures, we don't have all those extra things that we have to worry about in the back of our mind and keep our eye on. Futures, we're just looking for setups based on strategies. We get into a trade. But the key to it is really, and I say this, lots of you already know what I'm going to say, is market structure. You have to understand the structure of the market. And I believe that wholeheartedly when I say this, no matter what the market is, no matter what you're trading, it could be options, Forex, you have to be able to read what's going on. All right. So let's talk first about brokers. All right. So if you're getting started trading futures, some of the better brokers that I hear people talk about, I personally trade with AMP. I'm not saying they're the best broker out there. I've just been using them since the beginning, since I started. And I haven't switched over to anyone else. I've been satisfied with them. I know that, when you look at online reviews from different companies, some people, you're going to see what you don't like, you're going to see what you do like. So it just depends. You have to do your own homework. And I'm not trying to finger point anyone in a certain or a particular direction. I'm just going to give you some ideas of options and what you could do and places to go to. All right, so let's talk about that as well. So with brokers, again, I use AMP Futures. You also have interactive brokers. I'll show you their website right here. Okay, interactive brokers. This is their website. And let's show you another option that you have Optimus Futures. Okay. I've heard great things about them as well. All right. So this is their website, and you have others. You have NinjaTrader. NinjaTrader has their own brokerage and service as well. So a lot of these different brokers, just depending, you have to really determine which platforms they kind of are married with, ones that they do business with, because you may have a certain platform you want to use. We're starting off like maybe possibly TradingView or Sierra Charts or Multi Charts, MetaTrader 5. I mean, there's a list. The list goes on of different future trading platforms, and you have Investor RT. So the thing you're going to have to determine is cost-wise too, the fees that are involved, margins, commissions, all these different factors that take into play as to which broker am I going to use and which ones do business with certain platform providers or certain certain future trading platform companies. Okay, so I use NinjaTrader, but my broker, say for instance, is with AMP. But AMP and NinjaTrader have severed ties doing business together many years back, but I was grandfathered in, so I'm still able to use AMP as my broker and NinjaTrader separately as the platform of choice. Now, maybe you want to use Sierra Charts or TradingView, or maybe even TradeStation. You're going to have to find which broker that you can use that ties in with that platform, okay, where they're doing business together. But you also want to go to the platforms and see what their fees are. I mean, there could be annual fees for using a platform. It could be monthly or quarterly fees for using a platform as well. So fees are a factor, although it's a platform for free. I believe, with NinjaTrader, they own Tradeovate. I think Tradeovate is a free online trading platform. So I don't believe there's a fee associated with it. I'm not sure because I don't use it, but I believe I had heard that, so don't quote me on that. But you have to find out with these platforms what the fees are. Maybe do yourself the favor of being able to eliminate some fees, because you're going to have fees when it comes to the broker of choice that you choose, whether it's Optimus Futures or Interactive Brokers. I mean, yep. So you're going to have like your commission fees, your data fees, your routing fees, things of that nature, your exchange fees, and all those could be kind of built into with your broker when you get charged your commission fees, whatever the case is. I mean, I know with my broker, we have a commission fee. That commission fee is a what we call all-in fee. Okay, that means that every time you place a trade on both ends, exiting and entering and exiting, there's a fee involved. So on top of that, it includes the data fee and the routing fee and all that stuff. But there's also what we call a monthly exchange fee. That's the fee that the broker pretty much collects for routing through the actual exchange themselves. So it's what they call an exchange fee. Okay, whether you use the CBOT, the CME, just depends. Okay. So anyways, I just wanted to talk about that. There are a variety of opportunities out there when it comes to trading futures, the platforms to use. So do yourself a favor and really try to determine, what platform do you want to use? Do you want to use Sierra Charts? Do you want to use TradeStation? Do you want to use Multi Charts? Or, just a variety of them out there. Do you want to use NinjaTrader? Most traders that I know personally trade using NinjaTrader. It's been around for so long. They were probably one of the first ones to really pioneer. I believe anyways, I could be wrong, coming up with a future trading platform that has a diverse variety of tools to use, and it's pretty simple to understand and navigate through. But again, you want to determine what the fees are going to be on a monthly or quarterly basis with each one of these platform providers out here that you can use to trade futures with, and then to figure out also a broker to use. I mean, there's several of them out there. Just determine which one is going to work best for you and which one you can use with the trading platform of your choice. Now, when we talk about brokers as well, you want to keep in mind about margins. Margins are just pretty much what is it going to cost me to trade a certain amount of contracts. Okay. So if you're day trading, depending on your broker, the margins could be slightly different. Could vary just slightly depending on that amount could be slightly higher or lower is what I'm trying to say. So let's say, for instance, you want to trade the E-mini S&P 500 futures. And there's the micros as well. With my broker, it's $400 the margin is $400 a contract, which means I have to have at least $400 in my account to trade for each contract traded. Right? With the micro E-mini, it's $40 a contract. So Optimus may their margin could be slightly higher or lower. I didn't go into all the details. Just go on the site and take a look and and see. You go to the site, click on find an area where it says margins to find out for each market that you can trade, what are the different markets. It'll show you the symbols, the market name, and then it'll show you the day trading. You'll see an amount that says for day trading, what is the margin amount for each contract traded. That's something you want to pay close attention to when also determining as a factor in trading, because sometimes you may get more money, you may get more bang for your buck. And again, overall, you want to pay close attention to the commission fees, because that's where you're really going to save money just as well. What is the all-in or round-term fees? When it comes to the broker's commissions, it'll help you at the end of the month, at the end of the week. You can see a difference in your savings. Okay. Now, when it comes to actual charts, what chart should I trade? Should I trade time-based, range, volume, tick? I do hear that there are certain platforms. Say, for instance, I trade range-based charts. And I hear people talking about trading using TradeStation, I believe, or maybe TradingView. I'm not sure which one it is. But either way, I don't know if they offer range-based charts straight out on their platform. I know some people have found different ways of making it work in a sense by tweaking some things. But NinjaTrader offers all those different chart varieties or chart styles. Volume, tick, range, time. And I'm not here to say that one is better than the other. You have to find what's going to work best for you. Are you interested? Maybe it's someone that traded time charts in the past and you just used to trading time charts. So if you're looking to switch over to trading futures, okay, maybe you traded Forex and use time charts. Maybe you use 60-minute, 5-minute, whatever. So if you're used to that, then when you switch over, make that change to futures, maybe you want to stick with that. Okay. Now, I have a certain strategy in how I trade, but it's also around the supply and demand. Supply and demand is universal. You could trade it, no matter the chart you use. I mean, it could be tick chart. It could be time-based. It could be range-based. You just have to be able to use it to your advantage. Okay? And all it is just marking and finding zones where there's aggressive buying and selling. And I have a whole channel filled with discussion about and video content covering and valuable content covering the way I trade using the strategy I do surrounding supply and demand. And that's probably like 98% of the makeup of how I make my profits on a daily basis surround supply and demand, as simple as that. But I use range-based charts. People ask me that all the time. I simply just do so because it's clear to the eye to me. Time-based charts, you always, you see those big wigs from time to time, and just, I don't know. To me, it's just cleaner, okay, when it comes to range. I've been trading since day one. I've never traded time-based charts. Have I looked at them? Of course, everyone probably has looked at different types of charts, but I've never really actually traded them. When I look at one chart versus the other, range charts just stick out to me because they're clear to the eye to me. So I'm not knocking anyone who trades, a different type of chart. But you have to determine. When it comes to me personally, what I trade, I use my higher base chart when I'm trading or daily, during the session. 60 range I'm always using. My eyes focus on that because it helps me depict the overall direction of the market. And then I'll move down to like a 24, and then my 12 range chart is actually my entry chart that I use. So it's a scaled down approach. I like to use a multi-chart, multi-chart confluence or multi-chart confirmation, marking zones down from one chart to moving down to another chart to mark the zone and moving down to another chart. Things of that nature right there, because the more confluence you have and confirmation you have, the better the trade is going to work out in your favor. So when it comes to trading charts, which ones work better than the other, you have to find out what's best for you. Do you want to use time-based? Have you already used time-based? Have you been using tick in the past? If you have, then stick with that. If you're new and you don't really know which charts to actually use, well, on my channel, I trade range charts, okay? And maybe you've kind of slightly watched somebody else and you're interested in trading time-based, then give time-based a try. Do everything what I'm trying to say while you are in simulation or demo, then that way you can kind of perfect and practice at the same time to see which charts you like to trade. And then when we talk about the strategy for me is pretty simple. If you just watch like yesterday's video and the day before that, and even the day before that, I go into just about every single day the way that I actually trade in the strategy and how I trade it. I just mark, say for example, this is my higher time frame chart right here. I just mark off of higher time frames, my higher base chart. And this could be if you trade time based charts, this could be 60-minute chart, okay, or it could be a 4-hour chart or whatever. I mark supply and demand zones. So in this case here, this is a supply zone. Off to the left hand side over here, if I was probably to squeeze this in, this is a demand zone resting right here. So I just simply mark zones off of my higher time frame or higher base charts, and then I move down to my once the market is tapped into the zone. Say for example right here, the market broke down, it broke structure right here, but yet it pulled back. This is aggressive selling, so this is an area of supply. When the market retraces back to that zone and taps into it, all I do is move down to my lower time frame or my lower base chart, which is my entry chart, and look for a setup to unfold so I can execute and get into the trade. And I talk about that strategy and how I trade it here on the channel. So if you're interested, please do yourself the due diligence and time and put in the effort of watching the video content. All right. So that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about today, was just one, determining what a broker of choice that you want to use and a platform of choice you want to use. That's key. It really is when it comes to trading futures. But what you probably want to do is, in the midst of that, while you're doing it, figure out, okay, if I'm going to use this broker and then offer this platform, what are all the fees combined together? Where are the platform fees? Where are the commission fees? Where are the margins with this particular broker? Okay, are they slightly higher than most brokers? Figure all those things out. Do they have additional fees, exchange fees? Figure all those out. Write them down. Do a cost analysis to see which platform and broker you're going to come out better using versus other ones. Okay, maybe you're going to save some money in your bottom line in your pocket. Okay, and then outside of that, determine which markets do you want to trade. I didn't even talk about that. Okay, you have to determine which markets you trade. When it comes to futures, there's so many different markets. I mean, you have the indices, the currencies, the commodities, grains, meats. There's a variety of markets you can trade. Now, I primarily trade the index and indice markets, primarily the NASDAQ and the S&P 500, the E-mini S&P 500. That's what I trade. But again, you can trade currencies. You can trade, like natural gas and oils and things of that nature as well. So you just have to determine, or maybe you want to trade foreign markets, the DAX, which is the German market. You have to determine what you want to really trade. And that's simply put. And then just determine what charts you are interested in trading off of. And that pretty much wraps it up outside of the strategy. I mean, you can watch the videos, like I said. You can pick up on the way I trade. We have successful traders that are part of this channel, that are part of our Discord community, that have simply sat back and watched the videos, taken notes, and spent time. I mean, I'm talking about in-depth time and understanding how I personally trade. And they trade similar to the same way, and they are successful today. And so if you're interested in becoming part of the Discord community, you can find the link. Just scroll down to the lower portion, down where it says description portion of the video. You'll see a link there that says Discord. And there's one below it. It says become an elite member. That's something totally else. If you're interested in doing that, you can click on that. You'll see 2 options. All that is a tier-based program to where you're just supporting me as a content creator and the efforts in which I put out and creating all this video content, valuable video content that has helped, plenty of individuals that are successful today and profitable, okay, and many more to come that are have seen the finding their own way through the means of what I've been sharing and showing them. So that's $6.99 a month, $6.99, not $699, only $6.99. So if you want to support my efforts and continue putting on this content and you love what I do, I appreciate you for joining one of those tiers. All you have to do is click on that link down below or the join button right in front of you, and you'll see 2 tiers pop up. One that says loyal channel supporter, the other says elite channel member. And you also get perks and rewards for doing so, for supporting me as a content creator. I give trade breakdowns where I go into detail about my trades that I take. There's plenty of trade breakdown videos on there, and then a video playlist that you can. It's just basically a series of videos, link by link, that I've hand selected out of, I guess, over 700 videos now, and placed in a link by link list. So you don't have to sit back and watch all 700 videos. So it's your choice if you choose to or not. But anyways, I would love to see those who are interested in coming over to the Discord. If anything else, do so. The Discord is free of charge. So if you choose to, that's up to you. But I just wanted to talk about that today because people always ask me, if I was a beginner trader starting out, someone interested in trading futures, what are some things that I should be, look into? Well, of course, I just laid them out. Okay, platform, broker, things of that nature. You're going to have to figure that out. And also, one of the key and biggest, most important things is before you start trading, before you make that decision, before you make that leap to start going live and personally trading your own funds, or maybe some of you trade prop firms, what you really want to do is put together a solid trading plan for yourself. And trading plans are something that are more personal. That's everything that in the rules and what you live by. From the moment you get up, it's basically just a step-by-step process of things that you follow on a daily basis, that regiment that you follow to make sure that you are steering in the right path every single day. And you don't go outside of your means. Say, for instance, you trade a certain strategy and you know what you're looking for step by step. And your trading plan consists of that strategy and tells you do this, do this, do this, or look for this, and don't go outside of that. A lot of people who do that, they know what happens when we do. We get burnt on trades, right? So stay within the means, develop a solid trading plan personally for yourself that you can live by each and every day. But that's all I have for you guys today. I appreciate each and every one of you tuning in. If you're not a current subscriber, please take the time to go ahead and click on that sub button down below. Make sure to turn on all your post notifications. And last but not least, if you found value in the content, please drop a like on the video. Take care. I'll see everyone in the next one.